Yeah, they haven't made much progress. Phantom Hourglass takes place moments after the Wind Waker. We find the pirates out at sea looking for the ghost ship, but believing it's a lie, Tetra is trying to expose pirates that she believes are frauds, but it doesn't take long before her belief is turned upside down. Wanting to investigate, Zelda climbs aboard, but what happens next is where the game's mystery really begins to set in. As Link climbs aboard to investigate what happened, the pirate ship vanishes from sight and Link falls from the ghost ship, and thus the journey to rescue Princess Zelda has begun. Washing ashore on an unknown island, Link meets Celia, a fairy who's lost her memory. She advises him that if he wants to learn more about the ghost ship, that he should meet Grandpa. Upon doing so, Link meets an old man by the name of Oshus, who informs Link that he should stay far away from the ghost ship. But Link, being the hero, is determined to save Tetra, no matter what it takes. Along with the introduction of Oshus, Link meets Linebeck. Linebeck agrees to help Link find the ghost ship through the offering of his boat. In between these character introductions, you're going to get a really good dose of the gameplay. The gameplay is very different than that of the Wind Waker. For one, it sports a touchscreen-like feel. You'll use the stylus to guide Link around and attack enemies. When I first got this game, I wasn't sure how I'd feel about this style of gameplay, but over time I grew to like it. This style of gameplay also carries over into the way you sail around the Great Sea. You'll use your stylus to chart your course on your sea chart, and also use the stylus to attack enemies with bombs. And as you sail across this wide ocean, you'll come across the mechanic that exists in every Zelda game: the dungeons. The Temple of Fire is the first main dungeon you come across in this game. It serves as an introduction to the game's puzzles and bosses. Take the boss of this dungeon, for example. After obtaining the boomerang, you're given some practice time with it on certain puzzles, but then you have to put those skills to use as you take on Blaze, the Master of Fire. If you're successful, your reward is a clue to the ghost ship's whereabouts. After gaining a new fairy companion, Link is instructed to return to Mercury Island, and upon doing so, he meets with Oceus, who gives him the main item the game revolves around, the Phantom Hourglass. He also explains that in order to find the ghost ship, Link must seek out the clues that lie deep within the Temple of the Ocean King. I gotta make one thing clear. Get comfortable with this temple because you'll be revisiting it a lot. As you gain more abilities and upgrade the Hourglass's power, you'll be able to venture deeper inside the dungeon. And as you go deeper, the puzzles only get harder. I can remember playing through this game for the very first time and making some really good progress. And then I encountered a puzzle that I could not solve for weeks. It went a little something like this. I can remember playing through this the first time, and I tried everything to solve this puzzle. And the hint provided really didn't offer much help either. In extreme frustration, I shut my DS and decided I was taking a long break from this game. I took a walk, got some food, did my best to not drive myself crazy over a dumb puzzle. After giving it some thought, I decided, you know what, I'll give it one more try. And then this happened. Yep, apparently all you had to do was simply use the DS as a way to stamp the location of the next dungeon onto your C-chart, and that just goes to show how creative the developers were when making this game. After exploring and gaining 2 more fairy companions, together the 3 fairies are able to lead Link directly to the ghost ship, but what he finds is not what he expects. Learning the truth of the ghost ship, Oceus, and the real enemy behind the dark power at play, Link begins his journey to find the Phantom Sword, the only weapon capable of destroying the evil Phantom, Bellum. This is where the game really begins to test you as the player, as from this point on, the enemies, dungeons, bosses get much harder. But in the end, it's very much worth it because the final showdown in this game is nothing less than epic. This is a fight to the very end, and all the skills you've learned will be put to the test during this battle, and along with it, you'll learn a new skill. As Link battles against Bellum, Celia regains her long-lost memories and quickly remembers that she has the ability to manipulate time. Now, if you recall, we see Link in the recent Breath of the Wild 2 trailer seemingly being able to stop time and reverse it, and it's no different here, as Link is able to completely stop Bellum in his tracks, and it doesn't take long until he's brought to his knees. With Tetra kidnapped, the second phase of the final boss begins as you chase down the ghost ship. With enough hits, Link will be able to board, but it doesn't end there, as Bellum has one more trick up his sleeve. With his dark power, he takes over Linebeck, and then the true fight begins. With Linebeck completely taken over, it's up to Link to finish Bellum off once and for all, and with his new ability to stop time and the power of the Phantom Sword, Bellum is destined to fail. With Bellum defeated, Oshus returns Link and Tetra back to their world. Upon returning, Link and Tetra wake up on a completely repaired ghost ship and immediately come into contact with the pirates. As they start talking, they begin to realize that the pirates have no clue as to what Link and Tetra went through, and the final frame of the game begs the question, what really happened when Link and Tetra boarded the ghost ship at the beginning of the game? I guess that's for us Zelda fans to speculate, but one thing's for sure, the next episode in this series marks the conclusion of the Wind Waker storyline. Take a look. The Wind Waker story comes to a dramatic close as the descendants of the Hero of Wind and the Pirate Tetra face their darkest challenge yet.